why is PR often more valuable than owned content? I mean, it's one thing to say you have to choose one or the other, and realistically, that's quite a narrow-minded way of approaching things in 2026. To be honest, I mean, thinking specifically about AI search, GEO, whatever you want to call it, something that we've been talking about a huge amount, and obviously, our clients, everyone in between it's the sort of hot button phrase at the moment. The way that I talk about it in those terms specifically is that what's really important to know about AI SEO or AI search is that it doesn't just look for stuff, it cross-checks stuff. So if you say something about yourself on your own website or whatever, and it will then go out into the world and try and find examples out from authoritative sources that prove that to be right. So if you want to say something about your brand and trying to convince the world and convince your target audience that you are who you say you are and you are what you say you are, these systems are looking for proof of that. So if you don't have the general consensus of the internet or high domain authority or domain ranking sources to validate what you're saying, then you're only telling half the story, because this stuff matters. It matters whether you've got that endorsement, whether you've got that validation. The other part of this is that there are so many fronts that you can deploy search-ready brand content on. So yes, it's one thing to make sure that all of your blogs are optimized, people are coming to you as a trusted source, the actual human user is gaining value from your content. But at the same time, if you only deploy yourself in your own spaces, then you're not taking advantage of all of these other people who may well fit your perfect target customer, target audience, whatever, who just don't know about you yet. Unless you're one of the biggest brands in the world, you can't rely on the fact that people who need to know who you are already know who you are. It's fundamentally about understanding your audience more than anything. You can't just assume that everybody who your brand or your product service is relevant for already knows who you are, unless you're one of 5 or 6 of the biggest companies in the world. And the way that you access those people isn't always by just buying new ad space or optimizing your own site as much as possible. Oftentimes, it's about finding out the media outlets, the blogs, the social channels where these people are hanging out and where they're discussing your product, service, or industry, and showing up in the right places. And that's where PR really helps you go beyond the borders of your own media.